A very good evening to everyone present here today with us. We have amongst us a personality whose story will leave you hooked to hear and learn more about her journey till the end. She is Dr. Mita Tarafdar, hailing from the city of steel, Jamshedpur in Jharkhand. It could very well be that this glorious name bestowed to her city directed her interests towards her field of work, for she is a chief scientist in CSIR-NML. She is also founder trustee of Relearn Foundation, an NGO, and also the founder of Digital Literacy Mission, DLM, for the underprivileged students. Relearn Foundation basically works in the area of education, for example, DLM, environment and empowerment. It also promotes zero waste management. Apart from all these, she has also received Lady Engineering Award and has also given a TED Talk at IIESD Shibpur. We, Dishanvita and Shrisha, your host for today's evening, are beyond ecstatic to have you today with us and would love to welcome you to the event, which I'm sure will be a treasury of insightful experiences to learn from. Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, you're muted.
Okay, thank you, Dishanvita, and thank you, Leo Club, for inviting me. And I'm really excited to see all of you and all these young people. You are the future generation, and it's so nice to know that you are really interested to know the work that I do, particularly and specifically the area where I do societal activity. But today I thought that I'll make some presentation. I'll show you the journey that I had and having right now as well. And so that it gives you an idea like how a scientist has converted to entrepreneur, rather social entrepreneur. So this will give you some idea. And perhaps some of you might be having that kind of passion that you would like to do something for the society. But you are doing your study and you have to sort of achieve something from your career point of view, and you are not sure what you are going to do. So perhaps some help can be there through my presentation. I will try to share with you my experience, and I hope that would be helpful for you. So I'll just share my presentation. I hope that I'll be able to complete my presentation within half an hour, and I would like to see that it's going to be an interesting presentation. And let me just, okay, where am I? Okay, just let me, right, okay, my, this thing should not be there, video, otherwise it will be very, very, very slow. Go to my this thing. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the topic is my journey as a women scientist and micro entrepreneur. So it is the two roles that I have played in addition to my role as a mother and as a like taking care of my family. So that I did not mention, but that is one of the important aspects in among the women. Like it is very important for them also to take care of their family. So thanks very much again for calling me here and letting me present the things that I have done so far. So this is a little bit of NML. I need to focus. I need to share with you. I don't know how many of you know about CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory. It is one of the laboratory amongst 37 research laboratory that is there all over India. And NML works in the area of materials, metals, minerals, and metallurgy. And our CSIR, that is actually the president is our Prime Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh. He is our Vice President, and then our Director General is Dr. Rajesh S. Gokhale, and Dr. Indranil Chaturaj is our Director. And we are having nearly 5,000 scientists and a lot of 8,000 scientific S&T support. You can understand what a huge infrastructure CSIR has. And if you have any intention of doing research at R&D in future, so perhaps in India, then perhaps CSIR will be your destination. And there are various domains: physical science, chemical science, biological science, engineering science, and information science. There are many labs which are from physical science. You can see the green colors, what is there. There are chemical science also, and NML belongs to the cluster of engineering science. So we are essentially looking into the engineering aspects of materials. And these are various departments of NML, that is MT, materials engineering, advanced material processing, metals extraction and recycling, mineral processing, analytical chemistry, and we also have R&D support group that is there. And I belong to this knowledge resource and IT, that is called CREAT. I head this department. So I just wanted to take you to the various, like the NML, National Metallurgical Laboratory, so that you can understand my association. So I will take you to the Sustainable Development Goals, because this national laboratories, all the laboratories that we have, and many other institutions, all of us are now focusing on these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. I don't know how many of you know about that. In 2015, world leaders, they agreed that there are 17 global goals which are known as Sdgs. These goals are to be achieved by 2030. And the first one you can see is no poverty. So that is one of the very important aspects of this SDG. Zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy. So you can go and see there are 17 sustainable development goals. And whatever we do, in fact, all institutions, we have to see in which goals we are addressing, and our activity should be aligned to that goal. And therefore, whatever we do as scientists, there has to be connectivity with these goals. Now, I go take you to my world of fractals. That is my research area. I thought that since you are students, you will be really excited to know this topic. And this is the domain of my research that I did for the first, rather 20 years of my research career. And this fractal is actually fractional, is a kind of geometrical pattern, okay? And this geometrical pattern has a self-similarity. I will take you to this example. You see, there is a mother, and the mother has two twins. That is her daughter. So similarly, fractal there is a self-similarity between these two entities. So you can see this box. Inside that box, there is another box, and inside that box, another two box. It is going on repeating and repeating again and again. So same features, and whatever scale you see, you will be seeing the same thing. So it is like mother, like daughter. So there is a similarity, and one is self-similarity, another is self-affinity. Some dissimilarity will be there, but majorly there will be similarity. And in nature, whatever happens, like nature follows these fractal patterns. You see the leaves, they are self-similar. You see so many objects, and those are self-similar, self-affine. A little bit of difference is there, not exactly self-similar. So look at the self-similarity, fractal self-similarity. If you see the Earth's surface, it looks like this. And if you see the metal under the high-resolution microscope, you see the hills, the mountains, and the valleys the same way that is there. So the resolution is different. Definitely, you are seeing it aerially, and you seeing it under the microscope in a very high-resolution camera or lens. So you can understand the self-similarity, how it is there. Similarly, there are a lot of fractal design. See that self-similar cable, there is a core, and around this core there are various strands, and these strands is also there is a self-similarity. These wires are there. Like that, you can create a very strong cable, and there the concept of fractal design is there. Fractal network, the internet connectivity that we have, that actually fractal network, because there is a self-similarity. And there might be some dissimilarity, but that is also considered as a fractal because that is called affinity, not self-similarity. So the network is going on like that 1, 5, 25, 1 to like 125, like that. You can see that. I'm sure all of you have this concept of geometrical progression. It is like that. Now this fractal it has huge applications in astronomy. It has application in biology, chemistry, and many other fields. And I did my PhD on fractals. And once I was doing the fractal research and trying to solve many equations, coming up with models, that time I thought, why can't we do something for the society where this concept of fractal can be utilized, and then something different can happen in the society. So I tried to implement fractal concept and social engineering, that I will talk to you a little later. So on the basis of this fractal analysis, that this book was written, and this is there in Amazon, and this is based on my PhD work that I have done. So this is the foundation that I have before I started working on the area of digital literacy vision and my organization, NGO, all these things. But the foundation that came from this, my learning of fractals. And it is a different kind of philosophy altogether. So I would request all the students who are present here, give a search in net, try to learn fractal. And fractal is based on chaos theory. And everything that is non-linear in the world, that is based on the chaos theory. And the concept of fractal is very much integrated in this chaos theory. Now you can do a little literature search and learn about that. So this is my entrepreneurial journey. Like once I did my research on fractal, then I wanted to do something different, and that is I wanted to learn entrepreneurship, and I did it in XLRI in 2013. And then I wanted to establish my own organization, so I started it in 2015. And the reason I wanted to get into that entrepreneurship, because when I started the digital literacy mission, that the network of classroom for underprivileged students, and that is based on fractal network. Then that time I came to know this is called social entrepreneurship, because when you are doing something for the society, you are trying to develop the society in a many different way. So then I learned the term social entrepreneurship, and then I thought I need to know about this entrepreneurship a little more. So I studied in XLRI to learn more about this social entrepreneurship. And once I did that, then I realized I have to implement these ideas, that entrepreneurial idea. I have to understand what is the pain in doing some entrepreneurial activities. What is the challenge that you face? What are the success that you can gain? So for that, I thought I must establish an organization promoting entrepreneurship amongst the people to whom we have offered this training. Then in 2021, we established DST Women Technology Park. Now we are having more than 25 women. Our challenge is to make them entrepreneur and giving them right kind of training so that they can earn. And they have come from interior villages, and they have come from very difficult financial background. And our job is to ensure that they can earn good amount of money. Now, all of you must be knowing about entrepreneurship, startups, and other things. And I don't know how this kind of question, whether it has come to your mind. What is the difference between business and entrepreneurship? That is there in this definition. In business, the businessman, they always try to focus on the profit. But an entrepreneur, they are not only concerned about the profit, they are also concerned about the innovation part. So that innovation is very important because it creates value for the society. And that is the difference. Now, who are entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs, because I'm sure many of you are getting this kind of exposure because there is a lot of emphasis on students to take to start their own business, to establish a startup. So you must be thinking, am I an entrepreneur? How can you be an entrepreneur? So you can ask this question to you, whether you can recognize any great ideas. Means if you keep on ideating new things, keep on thinking about new things, that okay, if you face a problem, always you think that this is the way it can be solved, and you try to also implement it. So this is something people who are having entrepreneurial mindset, they will have. They will always not sit quiet seeing the problem. They will try to solve the problem, come up with some kind of innovation so that the problem can be solved. Now, there can be hundreds of solutions for a problem, but which solution is the best? Which solution can create the business opportunity? Which solution can bring untapped resources? And which solution can give the profit, like that can give the profit? So these are the great ideas. So if you can identify the great ideas, then definitely you have the entrepreneur mindset in you. And there is another thing, that what is your business goal? The motivation of the team has to be there. So the entrepreneurs, they always keep on motivating their surrounding, their team, so that the team feel very good about doing things what they are doing. So and they create job opportunities, and they create wealth for the nation. So these are the aspects of entrepreneurs, and I'm sure many of you will become a good entrepreneurs in future after finishing your study, because I'm sure these kind of attributes you have inside you. Now, this is the question, like I'm sure this can come to your mind. I was talking about innovation. So you must be thinking, am I an innovator? But I say anybody can be an innovator. But the question is, what to innovate, how to translate innovation to technology to production, who should translate innovation to production and services, who are responsible for creating wealth, who are responsible for creating an enabling society. So these are the questions that will come one after another, and you need to find out the answers through your experience of practicing entrepreneurship, and also seeing things, what is happening around you. So that is important. Now I will go take you to some of the activities of CSIR Integrated Skill Training Initiative, so that it is an exposure for you. Some of you, if you would like to come to NML and to do your training, or maybe online you can do the training. So this is an opportunity for me to share. So we have huge infrastructure, as I told you, and the knowledge base, and it is really a heaven for any students to come and work in NML if you get a good supervisor here. So and when we talk about this training, one thing that is always coming into the mind of especially students, it came to my mind as well. What is the difference between education and skill? Like, you will be passing your engineering exams, and then you will go for a job. And many of the employers, they will say, no, you people are not employable. What is the meaning of employability? Because you might have the technical knowledge, you might have the theoretical knowledge, but you don't have any hands-on experience or the skill. It is not only hands-on experience, there are another various kind of thing that needs to be there in a person who are employable. Like, that's why I put this slide, education versus skills. Education means learning by knowing, knowledge-based, theoretical. And skill means learning by doing, task-based, practical, hands-on. Now, most of the employers, they look for some skills which are very important, that is called professional and core skills. Like, as I told you, if you see a problem, would you like to come up with some solution? Do you have an analytical mind to link one step with another step? Can you do teamwork? Can you have good communication skill? Can you have leadership skills? So these are part of professional core skill. As more you develop, the better it is. I just want to share an example with you. In my college, one thing was there, I was a part of drama team, and the person who came to my senior Didi, like sister, she came to me and said, if you want to get a job, you must join the drama club. Because the reason is, you do this practice, you develop the communication skill, you develop the confidence, you develop the teamwork, you develop the many aspects of this professional core skill. And I realized that this was so important for me, and now also I get the benefit of the activity that I did during that time. So there are other skills that I was talking about, job skill like programming skill, computer skill, experimental skill, machine operation skill. These are the skills where you have done hands-on work, and you have got expertise. Now, when you talk about skills, how do you measure the skill? So some person are very skillful, some person are not. I'm sure amongst you there might be some students who are very good in creating visuals. Okay, like flyers, brochures, and that, because they have that skill, they have gathered that skill. There are some students who must be having very good communication skill, so they have developed the skill through practice. So with skill, practice is very important. Now, one thing that I would like to tell you, that the skill measurement scale, if you see, this is the measurement scale. The first thing is no skill, because you don't have any skill. Then you do keep on practicing and you develop some competency, that is the minimum threshold. The more time you spend, you practice, then you gather the proficiency. To gather the proficiency, one has to spend 10,000 hours. That is the magic number. If you can spend 10,000 number on a specific activity or skills, you will be proficient in that. So this is the magic number. You should remember that. Now, these are the various kind of training. I wanted to highlight one thing, that there are trainings, summer and winter training, internship, apprentice, MTech dissertation, PhD dissertation, STP, societal training program. These are for students. In case you are interested, you can write to us. So one interesting training I would like to take you to, that is called electronic waste, because I am quite sort of inclined to waste management. I think we should do something individually. We should see that our environment is like we produce zero waste. We can manage our waste properly, so the problem of waste is reduced. So therefore, this is one of the interesting training program we designed, which is called Upcycling of E-Waste, and at the same time deconstruction of E-Waste. The E-Waste means computer. So I don't know how many of you know, if you're coming from electronics background, or computer background, or any background, even mechanical also, how many of you know how to open a computer, what is there in the computer, what are the various circuits and other things, what are the materials that is there in various parts. So these are one of the interesting training we organize, so that we give the confidence to the participants that to open something is not a really bad thing. Open something to see what is there inside is very important, especially when you talk about electronic waste. You need to see what is there inside, and also how can we have some components that can be retrieved and that can be utilized for making new things. So these are some of the training. We created awareness about electronic waste. The students, they have gathered all these mobiles, and they have learned how to do soldering and many other things we did in that program. So we created E-Waste Innovation Lab in NML, and the people are working there. They are doing a lot of innovative things. One of the things that is called converting electronic waste to learning kits. So this is the
I think the PPT is not visible in the presentation mode.
Is it not?
No, ma'am.
But previously you could see that.
It's not in the we could see the slides individually, but it's not there in the presentation mode.
Presentation, it is not there in presentation mode. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Can you see now?
Like I can see it's in individual. Did you put in presentation mode?
Yes, I did.
Others, could you see it in presentation mode?
I did that. What should be done? Should I continue?
Yeah, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay, you listen to my talk. Okay, but the visuals are quite interesting. That I can say. All right, but it will take a little bit of time. I can convert it to PDF and then show. Possibly that will be helpful. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that case, what I'll do, I'll just quickly do one thing. Let me just go to the mode and unshare. And if you want to stop presenting, just a minute. Because I think my I do it in PDF, okay? So that, because perhaps it is taking too much of space. Okay. Is it interesting or boring?
It's quite interesting now.
Okay, all right, good. I like that. No, let me just. Let me just. Okay, just share Windows. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
See it? You can see it now?
Yes.
So I'll go to the appropriate slide.
Yes.
Yeah, I was talking about. Yes. This is the one I was talking about. Okay. You did not see this one, did you? See that? We give training how to create awareness in the community, how to get mobiles and tell about electronic waste. These are the training we gave to these girls who came for the training program. So this is also important aspect to have awareness. So, and they learn how to do soldering, they learn how to make some kits. So like one of the kits that was made, I will show you that thing. So this is the E-Waste Innovation Lab that we have created. Similar thing you can do in your college also. You can create innovation lab. I'm sure it is there. There must be some innovation lab in your college. So that is E-Waste converted to learning kits. Some of the things that we have taken from E-Waste that has been converted to learning kits, so that this can be used by students of school students. They can make solenoid using like all these things that we are giving in this box. So this is something we are teaching students, that college students who are coming to take training to our place. We are teaching how to make this kind of learning kits, and they are making, and we are utilizing this thing for teaching school students. Then another activity that we are doing right now, and that is called Women Technology Park. These women who are coming from very difficult background, from village, and they are having financial difficulties, they have to have some skills so that they can start their business. So right now we are running two programs. One is carpentry training, another is waste management training. What I have seen in institution, there are a lot of waste. Like one waste, it is that wood waste. Your institution is new, so you may not have very those kind of waste. But those institutions which are old, especially government institutions, they have huge amount of wood waste. So I thought, why not we have some kind of carpentry training and utilize that wood waste, so that these are being utilized for the development of knowledge. So that we did. Another training that we are giving, that is making handmade paper. And from handmade paper, they are making paper plates and many other things, small things, so that the women can do this kind of work in a very small space. And there we are using the waste paper that is generated in NML or any other institutions who would like to give this waste paper to these women who can make this kind of product. So right now I'm working on also fly ash. Fly ash is a dangerous waste, and we need to solve that problem. So these are fly ash based innovative products. So we are focusing on product development, and we are giving training to these women. So this is there, but this one possibly in PDF I cannot show you. Some of the electronics waste based system roller that has been made by us, and this women, she's making a paper and making the surface better using this roller. So in this like slide, I cannot show you this one. This can be done through my PPT presentation. So let me see if I can do it later on. Now after that, as I told you, like great ideas, the entrepreneur, they convert great ideas to business, they create job opportunities, they create profit. And how do you do that? So there has to be a challenges. You have to convert the challenges to opportunities. Many of you must have faced a lot of challenges in our life. I also did face a lot of challenges, but I never considered challenges is a challenge. I always think challenges are opportunities, and I always try to build positive things through these challenges. And I will urge you to do the same. No, don't take any challenges that it is stopping your journey. It is, in fact, sometimes give you more strength to overcome those challenges, and you become much better than whatever you are before you face that challenge. So therefore, any challenge that you should convert into opportunities. Like when I was talking about entrepreneurship, and this entrepreneurship has three basic aspects. One is fund generation, fund distribution, and wealth creation. If you listen to my TED talk, if you can give a search in net, you will get my TED talk. You can hear about this thing: fund generation, fund distribution, and wealth creation. Through my work, I have tried to do all these three. Like the fund generation aspect, when it is coming, then I had to develop some organization which I developed, that I told you, that Relearn Foundation. This promotes learning by doing and entrepreneurship development by supporting grassroots innovators, creating network of classroom for needy students, and innovating environment-friendly products. So that is the objective of this organization. And where the name I have given Relearn, because we learn things. You are learning. You are in learning phase, students. And then when you go take a profession, you may have to unlearn many things, because you may have to take out a different kind of work. And then there is coming Relearn, because you are learning a new knowledge. So therefore, I gave this name as Relearn Foundation. Now, when I talk about fund generation, our main focus was waste and how to convert waste to wealth. We wanted to come out with very small products so that anyone can make, especially women who are there at home, they can make those kind of products. So we have worked with kitchen waste, cloth waste, water waste, and e-waste, plastic waste, paper waste. So these are part of our fund generation activities. And you can see some of the things. This is the paper bag, but it is used for throwing kitchen waste. So the kitchen waste is weight, but this paper bag is made in such a design so it can handle this weight waste. So these are the composter where I compost whatever biodegradable waste that is generated at home. And I will urge everyone to do composting, because it is so important for a country to do this composting at home and creating soil. We had Environment Day yesterday, and there is a slogan now going on: save soil. So if you want to save soil, you create soil, convert your biodegradable waste to compost, and that you should do. And I can take separate session how to do these activities. Then we have a lot of green products like biodegradable banner instead of flex banner, pens, many other things we are doing. We also have electronics product that is called IoT powered automatic irrigation system. So this is we implemented this Internet of Things and many other things to do watering plants and drip irrigation. And we always import technology and implement, but now this technology is in-house available, and it is possible to implement this technology, and we have developed that. Now, in terms of fund distribution, these are the fund generation avenue. Though we did not generate much fund, it is just like we have done this thing. But fund distribution, what are the areas? Like digital literacy mission. We have nearly 25 classrooms in many places in Kolkata, Jamshedpur, Purulia, and many other places where we teach underprivileged students at home. We give them free training, free education, means they go to school, but we created a classroom coaching and counseling session. And Dishanita might have seen the classroom that is there because where she was staying in Jamshedpur, the same campus, the classroom was running, and she might have seen that. And then we also promote entrepreneurship development, and girls hostel we have recently created. We did roadside classroom because sometimes I feel so motivated when I see that the children, they are running around in the roadside. There is no one to take care of them. So we thought, why can't we start a classroom at the roadside? Why can't we start something, a classroom under the tree? So, and for that you need fund. So the fund that we generate through our foundation, we distribute these funds in this kind of educational projects. And as you know, there is a huge dropout that in India, such a dropout to our program that helps in reducing the dropouts. That is the main emphasis. And how did I come up with this kind of idea to create this kind of classroom? Because the idea is based on the fractal model that I talked about, 1392. One facilitator enrolls minimum 3 tutors for teaching minimum 9 students and finally links 2 new facilitators. And that is the concept of digital literacy mission. You can see this image there. So one facilitator creating 3 tutors and they're teaching 9 students. And this thing, and then that facilitator will create 2 more facilitators. So it will grow like a tree. And if we can continue growing like that, small classroom, if we can create, you can see what kind of support we can provide to our community. And with this model, fractal social model, I'm doing this digital literacy mission, that community classroom. You can see some of the community classroom that is there in Purulia, in many other classrooms. So you can see how cool are they, and they're learning. And I'm sure many of them will be able to go to colleges like you, and they will be asset to our country. And this is the Roadside Classroom we started in sometime in 2018. We ran it for 1 year, but after that Corona came and we could not continue, so it is stopped now. Now these are the training program for ultra poor community in villages. So they are learning how to make leaf plates, and they are learning, and we are giving them training of machine, how to operate this machine. We also give training on how to make robots, electronics training to school students. Like that, we are trying to make them innovative. Our objective is to see that the children from the very young age, they are learning how to make things, how to make their things by their own. So this is the kind of work that we do. And before I end my talk, I will just talk about the fractal reaction, that is the nuclear fission. You see that, you know about this, 1 neutron bombard on the nucleus, and that creates 2 more neutrons. And these 3 neutrons again bombards on 3 nuclei, and like that, not 3 more than that, 3. So these keep on growing, and we get a nuclear fission, and the energy is huge. So therefore, we think that the fractal model that we have devised for the digital literacy mission, that will have an enormous effect in future, provided we can grow it. It should not stop. And not to stop, what is required? We require participation of students like you, who will be making this small change that was initiated, that can have a very much exponential growth. And that is called butterfly effect. That is a multiplier effect. That's a very small change. That changes, create a classroom, teach poor children, keep on teaching them, and then you can create butterfly effect. So that is all about the work that I have done. And I hope that you enjoyed my session, enjoyed my talk, and I'll be very happy to answer the questions that you have said for me. With that, I again thank you all. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a very great presentation. So, ma'am, we have some questions prepared for you.
Sure, Dishanita.
Yeah. So, like, DLM is a type of mission that people only conceptualize about, but you went a step ahead and executed it. So what were some of the difficulties which you had to face during the process, and like what made your efforts feel worthwhile? You could share.
Yeah, difficulties was there, always there. Now also it is there. The difficulties is bringing these needy students to classroom. Okay, and because they do not have the kind of environment at home. And when we bring them, they don't feel that it is important. Especially one issue is like the girls. We get more girls in the classroom than boys. The boys, when they are in standard, say in 4-5, they leave education and they go for earning. and they get a mobile and spend time on mobile. And the boys are very much, sort of pampered at home. And since it is a free education, the parents think that they will send the girls for the education. They will not send the boys. And therefore, we get many girls in our center than boys. That is one thing that I have faced by implementing this program.
Okay, that's really an issue, ma'am. So, like, is DLM any different from any NGO? And if it is,
sorry,
is DLM any different from an NGO?
No, yeah, DLM is an activity of an NGO. I will tell you, when I started DLM, that time there was no NGO. Okay, and I thought DLM will be taken by all the NGO who are interested, all the organization. Okay, but later on I understood that there has to be a driver, there has to be a pilot who will push this mission. And then I had to create this organization so that this mission is always driven. So that is the reason now it is linked to Relearn Foundation.
So we know, and you also said in the presentation, that Relearn Foundation is like associated with education, environment, and empowerment.
Yes.
So, like, could you tell us some of the things, the more things that the foundation does?
Yeah, as I told you in my presentation, I have shown that paper bag. Okay, and this paper bag is very unique. It is not like any paper bag. It is a newspaper bag, but it can carry moist kitchen waste. Why did I think about this thing? Because we always, all of you, I'm sure in your home, I would not say all, but maximum, you in your home, you throw waste in, like your kitchen waste in plastic bags. Okay, when you throw kitchen waste in a plastic bag, what will happen? Nobody will segregate it. So the whole waste will go to landfill because nobody can use this plastic bag and nobody can use this waste, biodegradable waste. And it goes to landfill. When it goes to landfill, the plastic remains there for 1,000 years. So I thought, why can't we use biodegradable material for biodegradable waste disposal? And then this paper bag came to my mind, and newspaper is easily available. Then it came to my mind and we made this bag. We started telling people that use this bag. So that at least when they throw biodegradable waste, they will use this biodegradable bag. And when this biodegradable bag will go to the landfill, it will disintegrate properly. So that is the reason, and that we do. We do have many things, like many, I think we have ideated, and like people are doing it, like the Pataka plate, Joe, I told you, leaf plates is there. And we give a lot of training on Make My Robo, and those kind of things we do. We keep on doing it in environment. Another thing is plastic. Now we have started working on plastic collection. So we do have blogging, and if you see my Facebook page, you can see that this blogging is very important for us. Create and gather plastic and convert the plastic in some thing which is useful. I'm thinking about it, how to do or convert the plastic or give it to someone who is converting plastic to tiles or many other useful products.
That's really nice, ma'am. Mm-hmm. So you have talked about the concept of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Yeah. So, like, how have you applied this concept to your life, and like especially when you are running DLM?
Dishanita, it's a very intelligent question. Thank you so much. You know, when I did Fractal and my PhD and all this mathematical modeling and etc. things, so this is a kind of learning phase. You know, I was learning, implementing, and this thing. But when I started doing this DLM, then it was totally unlearning, because it is not something is there definitely inside me, but it was not my main focus. I had to learn how to give education to a child who cannot write, who is in standard 4 but cannot write ABCD. So I had to hold her hand and see how she can draw. I thought my learning is, as I told her to draw all circle, just draw circle, nothing else. Okay, so she had to keep on drawing circles and other things. So she is in standard 5, 4, and 5, but she doesn't know how to write ABCD or anything. So this was learning for me. It was unlearning my whole fractal things and many other scientific knowledge I gathered, and then relearning how to teach these people how to come out with innovative ideas to handle environmental problems.
That's a really nice thinking, ma'am.
And it will be true for you when you go to your professional life, now you're learning so hard. And when you go to professional life, you have to unlearn many things and relearn new things. Okay?
Right. So, like, how did COVID affect DLM? And how did you adapt and overcome?
I'm telling you, there's a lot of problems. I'll tell you one thing: we had to stop this Kolkata Roadside Classroom, and the COVID came up. And before that also there are some issues, but after COVID the whole thing was wiped out. I could not restart that program. That is one thing. And other thing also, these students who are coming to their classroom, they did not go, they could not go because there are a lot of restriction. But we started early. In fact, we started early, like taking the classes, because the students, that is the only way to learn things. So some of the centers we started before the restriction was totally lifted. But it affected, but we did not stop the centers. We kept on paying the teachers. We kept on paying the teachers throughout the COVID period.
That's really nice, ma'am. You didn't let yourself stop inspiring. And how did you manage to balance being a chief scientist and such a prestigious laboratory while also handling so many other projects?
Yeah, this is also quite a good question, I would rather say. My Saturday and Sunday is occupied with this kind of activities. And I have created a group now. Okay, they are also equally motivated. And this fractal-based concept that I have implemented, because this classroom, I don't have to really take care of many things. The classrooms are growing, it has a self-sustainable system. Okay, so only water that we have to we have to pay some money to the teacher. And the teacher, we have online system now, we can see how they're teaching, and we also organize training for the teachers through online system now, and that we do it in the Saturday, Sunday. But I am pretty occupied in my mentally and physically in office and other things. Other thing what I did, during the last 5 years, that I have aligned many things with my passion of this DLM or Relearn Foundation or societal work. That I do work on Women Technology Park, where women are making papers, converting waste paper to paper plate or handmade papers. So this came from my knowledge or my experience with my foundation. Otherwise, it would not have come. So many of these things will be taught to the DLM students, how to do things when they will become a skillful future. So I have seen that how many work can be aligned in one direction, just focusing the development, focusing the well-being of the people.
That's really great, ma'am, how you manage so efficiently both the things. Now over to my friend Srisha. She'll take the lead of the event from here. Over to you, Srisha.
Good evening, ma'am. The presentation was very interactive and informative. I'm sure everyone got to learn a lot about your journey and are motivated as well. I would love to start by asking you that what aspect of fractal evaluation of materials made you feel like learning more about it?
Fractal evaluation of materials, what is the meaning, I must tell you. Because that when you do work on materials, you have to do materials characterization. How do you do material characterization? You see under the scanning electron microscope, you see images. In fact, Dr. Shandip Ghosh-Chaudhary, Dishanita's father, is expert in this area. Okay, and when you see this material under the scanning electron microscope, you can see a lot of features. Like I was showing you that features like mountains and other things. And from that features, and some material, the materials which are ductile, they have certain features. Some materials which are brittle, they are having certain features. So if you can quantify the fractal dimension, that the quantifier is called fractal dimension. If you can quantify the image, high resolution image, that number that you get, that number can be correlated with the material properties. What is the material property? strength of material, hardness of materials. There are other aspects of material, fracture toughness of materials. All these material properties can be correlated with the fractal, that dimension that is estimated from the image. So I had to do a lot of image analysis. I had to do a lot of signal processing. My main emphasis was signal processing, image analysis, obtaining this fractal dimension, and then connecting this fractal dimension with the material properties.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Okay, I don't know whether you have understood or not, because I tried to make it very simple. What kind of background you are having, like in this group? Like, are you all electronics engineer or mechanical engineer?
Yes, ma'am. I'm studying computer science.
Okay, so you know, you can understand image and signal processing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do a little search on fractal. Fractal dimension is something which I would like to share with you. This is, you know about 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension.
Yeah.
Did you hear about 1.5 dimension? 1.5 dimension? Did you hear about 2.5 dimension? The fractal dimension is the this real number. It is a non-integer dimension, you know. So, and this non-integer dimension, I will give you from my knowledge, is a kind of exponent. When you write an equation, when you write a power law, you get an exponent, and that exponent sometimes can come non-integer, and that non-integer give a kind of fractality in that equation. So that non-integer dimension is the fractal dimension. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
Read that. It is very interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So you also talked about make my robo concept. So could you please tell us about it in more details? Like, how do you create awareness about e-waste through that project?
Yeah, I will tell you, I came across with a grassroots innovator. His name is Diffracted. He is a son of a fisherman. Okay. And when I met him, I saw this boy, he in 2012, and he was making robots using ice cream sticks and some electronics items, etc. And he was sourcing the electronic items from electronic waste. Okay. And he was making robo, that is called robo crab, and these are all fish connected to fish, robo crab, and many things. So it was very interesting. In fact, I organized a demonstration also. I don't know, that time maybe Dishanita was very young. So a lot of students, they came to see that, and I was really moved seeing that activity. And later on, we organized a program in NML where we taught the students of standard 8 or something, how to make this robo crab, and they made, and we had a robo crab race, you know. So all the students, so all the space was full of crabs, and they are just sort of moving, and it was so interesting to see. So those kind of things came, and also I felt always that somehow our learning is not complete because we kept on only studying book, writing answer. But thing is, practical learning is very much lacking. And suppose if you have a battery, if you have a LED lamp, if you can switch on the LED lamp, you feel so good, na? And if you cannot have a control system there, okay, you can have a little circuit where control system, you can dimmer is there, you can increase the light, you can reduce the light, and you can have more complex system, and gradually there will be more complex circuitry, and you learn in depth all these things. So this is something I thought the students, if they learn from the very young age, they will be able to make new things in future when they will grow. So that was the reason, that was the motivation I had, and we started giving the training also, contact training plus online training. In online also we taught electronics, you know, and there are students who came from Northeast India. So from Nagaland, there is a huge number of students, they joined, and it was a really marvelous experience for us to teach online electronics.
That's amazing to know.
Yes.
So almost everything around us is made out of plastic or other non-biodegradable material. So it is not realistically possible to get rid of them from our daily usage. Still, what could be some of the precautions and alternatives that one can take to ensure lesser amounts of waste?
Yes, one thing is, I'm not telling you to discard plastic. It is not possible because plastic is a very valuable material, and not only that, it also, if you calculate, there is called life cycle analysis. In that life cycle analysis, the one parameter is carbon footprint. What is the carbon footprint? So maybe in many cases the carbon footprint is less for plastic. Only thing is we have to recycle it responsibly. We should not throw it here and there. And wherever you get plastic, you put it in a big bag, inside a bag, and throw it in such a way that it goes to the recycling route. Okay, it should not be thrown here and there and mixed with biodegradable waste. It should not be done. And also do encourage people and talk about innovation in converting plastic, discuss about that, have program, create awareness. Not only like plastic, there is another kind of waste which is quite dangerous, which is electronic waste. There are also a lot of awareness is required. Now, that is one thing none of us should see that the plastic is being thrown from your home here and there rather than going to the proper recycling route. Okay, that should be followed. If you follow that, and there will be a lot of innovation for recycling plastic from one product to another product. If we have innovation, if you have business on that, environment friendly business, then only maybe we'll be able to solve the problem of plastic. And use less. Use less means do not use plastic. Try to avoid plastic bag, especially the single-use plastic is very bad. And I heard that it is going to be stopped from 1st of July. Okay, let us see what happened.
Yes, ma'am. So, what was the first milestone which you achieved in your career?
I don't know. Did I fix my milestone or not? I really don't know. But definitely at some point of time, I felt that I should start something. I think when I did my PhD, after finishing my PhD, I was very unrestful. Unrestful in that way that I was not doing something for the society. I was only doing desk work and thinking about mathematics and signal image processing and kind of thing. I was really not unhappy. So I felt that when I started my DLM, that was the milestone I achieved. If you see from my personal point of view, my happiness point of view, that was my happiness. Although I'm not happy 100% because I expected that the number of students that will be supporting would be quite a lot, but it is not. Because I have to give a lot of time to my office, I am not able to give 100%. So we have to see. And I think definitely that is one milestone. Another career milestones definitely I have achieved in terms of studying in XLRI. That is one of the dream I had. So I did that. And also, yes. I think there are a lot of interesting things that is happening also now. I'm really excited about that.
That's nice. So, ma'am, what vision did you have when you began your mission, and what do you wish to achieve as a person in your life, as an entrepreneur and as a scientist?
See, as a scientist, I would like to see that we can solve some of the waste-related problem. Right now, I'm working with fly ash, and if we can come up with some idea to handle the huge fly ash that is being deposited. Okay, that idea can be whether it is idea which will pick up like anything. Many people can do it. So something like that. Definitely another vision is the plastic issue that is very much there. That how to see that people are not throwing their garbage in plastic bag, means kitchen waste in the plastic bag. They are using proper method for that, so that we get less plastic in our landfill. And I like to see that at least there are 10,000 students. They are connected to our network. Right now there are say 400, 500 students. So in my lifetime, if I see there are 10,000 students, that is there. So there are a lot of milestones that I have in my mind. So these are the vision perhaps, but I don't know. Let us see what happens.
Yeah, that's nice. So, ma'am, as you were talking about entrepreneurs, The percentage of women entrepreneurs is not very large in India. So what's your take on it?
See, the percentage of women in many fields are not there. Okay, like in science and engineering, it's so less because the interest of women is bifurcated. Okay, when they take up their career choice, because the family they have to take care, and many girls, women, they leave their career to take care of the family, and that is also important. Family, taking care of family is very important, and therefore the number reduced. Like if you do the calculation, you see there is always a reduction like that. Okay, and finally the number that we get is definitely less. And entrepreneur, definitely the number is less because for women to take risk is a challenge, and they don't have money, they are not earners, so for them to take risk is difficult. So altogether there is something, unless and until they are facing tremendous problem, like the group we are working with, Women Technology Park. So the women, they're alone, they're single parent, they have to take care of their family and many things, and they are looking for solution for their livelihood. So definitely then they have to do something, entrepreneurial activities, some business and other things.
Yes, that's very true. So, ma'am, you are certainly an inspiration for many of us today. So, what advice would you like to give to all of us that are listening to you right now?
I would love to see that all of you are really following the proper waste disposal procedure. Okay, that is very important. You should not throw plastic here and there. If you have plastic, so if you're eating chips, bring the packet and create some space in your hostel that this is the plastic container. All the plastic will go there. Find out who are the plastic recycler. Okay, and give the plastic waste to the recycler. If you can do this thing amongst your in your hostel and in your group, and that will be very much helpful. I would like to see that all of you are doing it. The reason is, I'll tell you why. Because ultimately you have to stop the problem. Okay, you have to see that this problem is being stopped, and you have to talk about that. Unless and until you people are conscious, it will not be possible. And definitely you have to see how your neighborhood is being trained properly, how your neighborhood is educated and they are positive and they are creating impact. And what I would like to see that whatever little impact that I have created, many of you are creating 10 times more than that. Okay, so or 100 times more than that. Then only this thing will grow. So I would like to see that kind of zeal in you, that kind of passion in you, and that kind of mindset you have. So if at least 10 of you are motivated today and come forward and say, I will be 10 times better than ma'am. Okay, Mita ma'am. So I'd be the most happy person in the world.
Yeah. So now we come to a conclusion to this event. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our special guest, Dr. Mita Tarafdar, who, despite her busy schedule, has found time to grace this occasion by sharing her valuable experiences with us. You truly grabbed our attentions while making us aware of the real-world problems and their solutions with great mindfulness. I thank all the distinguished members in the audience present with us today for sparing their precious time to attend the event and helping make it a memorable success. I would like to leave you this inspiring quote by Martin Luther King. An individual has not started living until he rises above the confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And keep me updated. What are you doing? Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. All right then. Okay. Bye now. Have a nice evening, all of you. Okay. If you have any question, you can post it and you can share this. Dishanita, you can share with me, okay, later on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.